Hello everybody, welcome to another Get to the Chopper video product review. What we have in front of us here are some Firesteel fire starters. They're available at firesteel.com, and on the left here we have their 5-pack starter kit, if you will, and it seemed to have a pretty good blend of sizes, so I went ahead and purchased it here to give a good overview. Came with one mini Firesteel. This is a 3/20th of an inch by 1 inch, very tiny, wallet size, if you will. Came with a pup version, which is 3/16 by 2.5 inches. A Ranger version, which is quite a bit more sizable, comes in at 1/4 inch times 3 inch, so a little bit longer there, about finger length. Next size is their Survival, which is 5/16 by 3.15 inch. This is where you get a little bit of heft and some good thickness there. And the largest one is their Armageddon at 3/8 of an inch by 4 inches. I like this one because it has some nice length. What came with it as well was a scraper attached to a lanyard by a lanyard rope here. And over on the right here I have another scraper which I purchased, 2 more pups, and a Magnesium Tinder rod. So what these are is they are made out of, well, first of all, the scrapers are made out of steel with nice sharp edges which allow maximum spark creation. The Firesteel itself is made out of ferrocerium, and what it does is, upon striking it, it actually shoots out small bits of metal that are extremely hot, up to, I believe it's 5,500 degrees Fahrenheit. So you have a very hot spark coming off this when scraped. When you receive them, they're covered in this black coating, and I'm not exactly sure what the black coating is, but once you use it, it's going to scrape off and you're going to actually see a shiny metal. So there is a coating over this, and this is to protect it from moisture and corrosion. So overall, pretty nice value in my opinion. These are blank rods. There's other, you can get them in cases with handles, so on and so forth. But this right here, all this retailed right around $40. Now they did raise their prices. This, for example, their starter pack was $29 and change when I ordered it. They actually just raised their prices within the last week, and this is about $33.50. So relatively inexpensive for what you get. I figure, wallet, maybe my girlfriend's purse, put one in my car, one in a bag, and one keeps at home here. One of the things that I was very curious of is what kind of material actually creates a spark with these. Obviously the scraper creates a spark, a very good one at that. Any old knife, this is a very cheap pocket knife here, will create a spark on this edge. This can opener, you have to find the right edge. I was successful in creating a spark, but it was not very large. This edge right here, because it has some indents there, because what you want to do is create friction on these, and that's what creates a spark. Obviously any knife like this is a common kitchen knife, will certainly work. I'll tell you what doesn't work. Rings, obviously, because unless you have some sharp, very, very sharp edges, you're not going to be able to create the friction that you need to create the spark. Keys don't work, especially worn down keys that have rounded edges, just won't work. Coins won't work either. It has to have a substantial, sharp 90-degree edge, and that's what'll get you your spark right there. So the reason I went into this is because I bought an extra scraper, and I said, well, I hope it's not a waste of money. I hope it's not easy to create a spark without one of these scrapers. Turns out it's not really. It's not really easy. You can't take any piece of metal and create a spark. You have to have very rigid edges that create lots of friction. Okay? So what I'm going to do is sort of use the recommended methods for starting fires, use this Magnesium Tinder rod, and see how it goes. So one of the claims of Firesteel is that their products will work even when wet. So we're going to go ahead and test that out quickly. I have a pup version of the Firesteel, and their scraper completely submerged in water, and so it's very wet right now. And all it took was a couple scrapes, and we're good to go. It does work when wet, whereas in matches and lighters, and from my experiences, don't. Cotton balls and petroleum jelly. Okay, the key with the Magnesium Tinder is to, let me go ahead and put this out real quick, is to either cut off a substantial block of it, or see what I did here. I shaved off probably a good couple dozen, if not 50 to 100 small shavings. Now, when you're using this item, you have to make sure that the magnesium shards are in one grouping, okay, because they essentially react to each other. You get one to pop off, and it'll, in theory, light off the other one. So we were successful using the Magnesium Tinder. You just have to use it properly. It means shaving off smaller shards and putting them in a nice little pile with your kindling, whether it be paper, dried leaves, so on and so forth, directly above you. You need to make sure, obviously, air can get to it. But we used both methods. The manufacturer recommended of using petroleum jelly soaked cotton balls, and we used our Magnesium Tinder rod by taking a pocket knife and just shaving as best we could. See how those little indentations, little tiny shards, and you can see I even busted my knuckle doing it. You get them in a small little pile, and it will light on fire. Overall, these items are very impressive, and I'd recommend them for purchasing. Again, they work if it's wet, dry, so on and so forth. So I do recommend them. And if you like this review, you like more information on these items, please get to thechopper.org.